One evening, after closing her practice for the day, Jenny, a young doctor, hears her doorbell ring but doesn't answer it. The next day, the police inform her that an unidentified young woman has been found dead close by, the same woman who had rung her door for help the night before. Jenny becomes obsessed with the case, decides to put matters into her own hands in an attempt to find the identity of the unknown woman, since she had no cell phone or identity card on her, and notify her family. This is the newest film by the Dardenne brothers, Belgian filmmaking duo who have been writing, directing, and producing their films together ever since the late 80s, and they first gained international attention in 1996 with their film The Promise, and in 1999 with Rosetta, becoming favorites at the Cannes Film Festival ever since. They are absolute masters of realist cinema. If you enjoy movies filmed with handheld cameras, with very simple and minimal use of editing, with very excessive, or in the case of the Dardenne brothers, exclusive use of only natural lighting, very straightforward stories, but nonetheless very gripping stories that really truly feel like they are coming to life in real time as you're watching the film, with some very simple and humble and restrained performances, then trust me, it doesn't get much better than the Dardenne brothers. I truly believe that they have never made a bad film until now, and their films are about as unpretentious as it gets. The poor guys have been bombarded at the Cannes Film Festival conference last year with questions concerning the potential message of the film, potential statements it might be making about current political and social contexts, and the brothers were very sincere and humble in stating that the very last thing that crossed their mind when making this film and when making their films in general is commenting in any way on society. They said that they don't mind if people read something into the film that they didn't intend, but that they always try to tell the most down-to-earth story possible, always try to tell stories about human beings in a way that captures life as it is without setting it in stone, without any big manifesto or agenda in mind. I mean, really what you see is what you get with this film. This film is truly about this woman who not only feels guilty about not having done enough or not having done anything, she actually feels the need to take responsibility when everyone else around her absolutely refuses to take responsibility, absolutely refuse to speak and choose to shy away from the truth. She sets out in an attempt to try and fix or repair things that most people around her consider to be unrepairable and unfixable and just want to throw away, and she truly does this in this very unselfish and altruistic manner. It's really a film about altruism, I think, and about kindness and goodness, and it just goes to show you that even in the most bleakest of circumstances or situations, kindness can still prevail, can still have that domino effect, like when one person eventually decides to stand up and to do the right thing concerning a certain issue, maybe everyone else around that person will start doing it too, and that's basically what happens in the film. She sort of triggers this sense of responsibility in everyone, and it's not an easy task at all. It's quite a bumpy road until they eventually get there, but yeah, eventually people do start spilling the beans, do start telling the truth, and she eventually does get to the bottom of things. In typical Dardenne brothers fashion, the film is constructed exclusively out of long shots, most of them lasting between 1 and 2 minutes from what I noticed, but there are two very impressive sequences in the film that last even longer, one of them appearing in the trailer as well. It's when our main character is pulled over in her car and is threatened by two guys on the street. Now that sequence lasts for about almost 3 minutes, and there's another sequence that I can't spoil for you because it's basically the cherry on top. It's when all the beans are spilled and it's when the whole puzzle comes together, that lasts either for 8.5 minutes, or there is a possibility that there's a cut in it, so it lasts for 6 minutes plus an additional 2.5 minutes. There is a cut in it, but from what I noticed, I think it's a different camera following the same action. Either way, very impressive stuff by any means. Now these sort of scenes might seem pretty primitive, but in fact they are excellently orchestrated, not to mention the use of natural lighting is incredibly impressive, and I really think that these sort of scenes are quintessential. There's a lot of emotion going on, a lot of dynamics changing, characters' relations to each other change. I don't know, this is truly my cup of tea here, folks. I really love this sort of filmmaking. So that will be it, folks. I highly recommend The Unknown Girl and Dardenne brothers films in general. My question to you would be, what are some of your favorite realist cinema movements or directors or films? I'm thinking films from the Italian neorealism movement, or Dogma 95, or the Romanian New Wave, or anything. It'll basically be anything. Really curious to know. Don't forget to leave your comments down below. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so I can see you later with other reviews. Until then, folks, stay cool, stay awesome. Goodbye.